How can just 1 or 2 senior elderly chair workouts per week lower blood pressure, fight cancer, and build bone density? I'll share with you an entire workout, guiding you through it once confined to $600 a month fitness budgets in private studios. Today, I'm guiding you through a beginner session here on YouTube for free, with many more to come in the future. I'm John Gentry. For almost 12 years, I've been a consultant, coach, and a teacher for senior and elderly. Come back every Saturday. Like and subscribe. Share this video. We're about to get started right now. Share it with somebody that you know that this can help. One of the common misconceptions is that we have to do exercise for a long time. Due to Dr. Henneman's size principle, we know now it just takes a whole lot of real work. And I don't mean dangerous work. I mean real effort. What this means for you is that you can do 1 or 2 short workouts and put in a lot of effort and get exponential results. So much more results than what you were getting before. In the ultimate chair workout for seniors and elderly, this is the same workout as the dining room table workout from last week, but in a park, on a bench. When we put in enough effort, enough work, we get a response from muscle growth, which is an important thing for saving our lives, extending our lives longer, allowing us to get up and down from a chair easily without pushing, enough to pick up our grandkids again. And number 2, when we do this kind of effortful, meaningful work, proteins are released into the blood called myokines. These are what are responsible, with that same muscle growth, for lowered blood pressure, fighting cancer, and building bone density. This happens because of the workout that we do. This is unlike anything that you've done before. If you think you have a good idea of what a meaningful chair workout is, join me for this one and you'll see for yourself. The more effort we put in, the more results we're going to get. When we put ourselves in these positions, we're going to lower ourselves or put ourselves in the positions very slowly, like I did, over the course of 3 to 5 seconds or so. That means no jerky movements whatsoever, so we don't have injuries. If you feel any pinching or a sharp knife feeling in your muscle or in your joint, I want you to slowly stop any type of activity. That means sitting down or stopping the pressure. The thing we do want to feel is an intense burning in the muscles, but no type of pinching, no type of sharp pains. Number 2, we are going to breathe freely through the nose and the mouth. Nothing restricting your breathing, mouth open and freely breathing. We are keeping our head and our neck neutral, looking straight ahead, our shoulders down, neck relaxed completely. We're going to be focusing on whichever muscles we're using while we gently engage our core. So how do we get big results in very little time? This is the effort factor. We put in gradual effort without resting for a whole minute and a half. Technically, you can do anything for a whole minute and a half, but it's difficult. The challenging nature of it is what gives us results. This picture represents the continuous amount of effort we put in for 90 full seconds. Now we're going to apply pressure the entire time, all 90 seconds. We begin at 50% of our maximum effort. We do that for 30 seconds. We slowly increase our effort factor to 70% of our maximum capacity. We do that for 30 seconds, then 100% as hard as we dare for the very last 30 seconds. You may be asking, why do we do it this way? The real thing missing from our modern lives are challenges in the way of muscular intensity. Keep your goals in mind. Being able to walk upstairs without holding onto the handrails. Being able to push yourself up from a chair without even using your hands anymore, using only your legs. Being able to pick up your grandkids. All of these things are so important, and they're measurable things that we can change with the power of the ultimate chair workout. So as of today, I have 3 resources, about 16 pages each PDF. One of those is an alternative to Sit and Be Fit. You can do this at your dining room table. If you're a senior or elderly and you cannot get up and down off of the floor, this is the place to start for you. Today we're going in a different order. We're starting with exercise number 1, the most difficult of them. This one builds the most balance. This is the squat. Get ready. Over the course of 3 to 5 seconds, gently lower yourself into that squat position. You're pushing with 50% of your effort. This is just a moderate amount of effort. Something that you could sustain for a minute and a half. Again, as you breathe deep, we can engage the core. Squeeze the glutes, the muscles that you'd be sitting on. Over the course of 3 to 5 seconds, lower gently into a deeper position. Again, you can be holding on to the table just a little bit for balance, like I'm showing you here. Again, this is 75% of your capacity now, almost as hard as you dare. Breathing, matching that intensity. This is the hardest one of them all. We're doing it right off the bat. Very first thing. You're doing great. Very slowly over the course of 3 to 5 seconds, lower again into that deepest position you can be in. 100% of your effort, put it into the squat. Doing great. Continue to breathe. We're almost there. Here at the very, very last 10 seconds. Counting down to that very end. Squeezing the glutes, breathing gently. Very slowly and gently, you can rest and relax. Let's move right along to those arm muscles. The same thing, we're pulling up against the table. Very slowly, over the course of 3 to 5 seconds, begin pulling upward on that table or the belt. Breathing deeply, feel your arms working. This is 50% of your capacity. Moderate amount of effort. Let your core engage in the stomach. This is about as much effort as you could sustain for a good amount of time. And here, over the course of 3 to 5 seconds, letting that intensity creep upward, pulling a little bit harder against that table upward, or against that belt upward. Let your arms feel it. This is continuous pressure, no resting whatsoever. This is how we get the most out of this. It's different than anything that we've really done in the past. Continue to pull. You're doing great. We're almost there to the end. Over the course of 3 to 5 seconds, increase that intensity. Pull now. Let your breathing match it. Pull as hard as you dare upward against that table or against that belt. Squeezing, breathing, continue to breathe. Feel your arm muscles really working. This is how we get those changes that allow us to match all of our goals. Picking up our grandkids here at the very end. Continue to pull, continue to pull. You're doing wonderful. And very gently and slowly over the course of 3 to 5 seconds, you can rest and relax. Of course, like always, we can take a moment between exercises. We don't always have to just move on. You can always pause this video. Third exercise, we're going to get that belt. We're going to put it around both of our legs and move it up to where it's right above our knees, right where our quadriceps are, those muscles that burned on that first exercise that we did today, balancing muscles from side to side. And get ready over the course of 3 to 5 seconds. Begin that pressure, 50% of your capacity, pushing against that belt, feeling that place in your hips. You may feel a squeezing sensation that's odd. It might feel a little bit like a Charlie horse. This feels natural. It does happen to a lot of us. Some people don't feel it at all. Those lucky ducks. Continue to breathe gently, shoulders relaxed over the course of 3 to 5 seconds. Increase that pushing against the belt, feeling it in your hips until you're pushing almost as hard as you dare. This is 75% of your maximum ability. Again, we're never resting until the very end. You're almost there. We're about 40 seconds from the end. So close to that. Continue breathing over the course. 3 to 5 seconds. Increase that intensity. You're pushing now 100% as hard as you dare. This is where you may really feel a Charlie horse sensation. Just continue to push unless you feel a negative pinching. Deep muscle engagement. Feel the hip muscles working. Continue to breathe as deeply as you can. Put as much resistance into that belt as you possibly are able for the end. And over the course of 3 to 5 seconds, gently and slowly relax. Of course, like always, we can take a moment. You can always pause it where you need it. It's almost like a VCR tape. Calf muscles. This is putting our feet into the high heel position by picking our heels up off the ground very slowly over the course of 3 to 5 seconds. Pick that pressure up just a little bit from the ground. If you can't pick your heel up completely, just pick up enough pressure to where you can feel that muscle working about 50% of its maximum capacity. Here, this is a moderate amount of effort. Some people would say standing on the tiptoes. That's not very accurate. What we're doing, we're standing on the ball of the foot. We're putting the pressure there. Slowly over the course of 3 to 5 seconds, increase that intensity. Pick the heel up a little bit more. More pressure from the heel upward. That allows that muscle to work more. At 75%, almost as hard as you dare. Breathing deep, engage the core. Feel that place in the calf muscle working here. Continue to keep your stability. You're doing great. You can touch the table here, keeping your balance over the course of 3 to 5 seconds. The last little bit, 100% of your capacity. Increase that intensity until you're pushing as hard as you dare. You're doing great. Everything in those calf muscles. Keeping your balance with your hand, engage the core and breathe. We're almost to the very end. Good. Very slowly, over the course of 3 to 5 seconds, you can gently relax. Again, you can take rests between all of these, of course. We're moving on to the next exercise. This is going to be a little bit different. I didn't tell you that you'd need a pillow today at your dining room table, or you could use something like a rolled up yoga mat. That's what I'm using here in this video, or pillows, of course, on the dining room table. Here you're using your back muscles, your stomach muscles, your chest muscles, and you want to purposefully engage the core. When you're pressing down, the elbows are going to push against the table downward, as if you could bring your arms around all the way down. Stomach and the chest are engaging as you squeeze into that movement. It's just like this. Very slowly, over the course of 3 to 5 seconds, begin that pressure against those pillows or against that mat, against whatever you're using on that table that's completely solid here, that can't move whatsoever. That pressure downward, 50% of your capacity in the beginning. This is a moderate amount of effort. Breathing deep. It's your stomach engaging. It's your shoulders engaging. It's your back muscles engaging. The top of the back, place in the middle of the back. Increase that intensity over the course of 3 to 5 seconds until you are pushing almost as hard as you dare, 75%. Continuing to breathe, continuing to squeeze into the stomach, purposefully engage the core, purposefully squeeze into the stomach muscles. Feel the back working as much as you can. And here, even more pressure over the course of 3 to 5 seconds, pressing the elbows downward and back as hard as you dare, 100% of your capacity. Breathing through it, continuing to push. You're doing great. Again, everything here completely stable. Breathing, feeling the stomach working. Feeling your back muscles squeeze into the back and into the stomach together. Very gently, over the course of 3 to 5 seconds, you can very gently rest and relax. I'm John Gentry, and I've been coaching senior exercise for almost 12 years now. Down below, you can check out my Longevity Safe Workout course. This details exactly every single procedure you need to know to tailor your own dining room table workout to your individual needs. Eventually, you won't even need somebody to do this with you. You can advance into other exercises. You may find yourself being able to get up and down off the ground. All of these are included in this workout. There's even a full dumbbells workout. If you're interested in using dumbbells, all of these are safe for senior citizens and elderly as well. So check out my Longevity Safe Workout. I'm John Gentry. I'll see you next week for the ultimate chair workout.